Hello and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. The Bitcoin chart continues to be in this price channel, which you could call a bullish flag, but I'm not necessarily expecting a direct breakout to the upside from here. So we are going to talk about that. Bigger picture, Bitcoin could still easily form another high. There are quite a few different scenarios that could play out. I'm tracking two main ones which support a still bullish thesis and suggest that Bitcoin is still in a bullish environment. And the idea is, for example, in the first scenario, that we are indeed moving up here in this white scenario in circle wave 5, which is basically an A, B, C structure in circle wave 5. Entirely possible that this B wave already bottomed and that we're already moving up in circle wave C, no, in wave C of circle wave 5, because it would be an ABC structure, right? And the idea in the white scenario is that this B wave already bottomed. But I have not really strong evidence for it yet. Two things don't really provide much clarity, because in this scenario, the B wave was quite weak. So ideally, wave B would be a bit deeper. We can always debate whether this might have been some kind of a fourth wave. I think that's valid, but it would again be quite a massive fourth wave. I can, for example, see it as wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, but again, it's quite a massive wave 4. So I treat it as a B wave. The other thing is, it looks like a 3-wave move down, absolutely, but it would have to be something like a WXY structure or something, because this move down was clearly in 3 waves. So even though we reached the initial downside target range here, we talked about it at the time, there was a blue target zone, and also we reached the lower boundary line of the trend channel. This always makes it a bit questionable if it's a WXY pattern. It's still valid though. Now, and then we haven't yet seen enough data to really confirm it. What does that mean? Well, we need a 5-wave move up followed by a 3-wave pullback as basically a 1-2 setup. What I have at the moment is 5 waves up, yes, but we don't have the pullback yet. So what needs to happen ideally this week or next week to confirm the white count, the directly bullish scenario and thesis, I would need to see a corrective pullback, ideally from here. Maybe we get another high on the micro level. We're going to talk about that, but from this region, yeah, I mean, remember, we have now reached key resistance here, the upper boundary line of the trend channel. If we get that pullback, then from there, a larger rally to the upside could, for example, start in what might be wave 3. Yeah. So that would be wave 3 of C. Then maybe a wave 4 and a wave 5. So this is how the C wave to the upside could unfold. Now, the main question I'm dealing with at the moment is, has the B wave already bottomed? Are we already in the C wave? Or do we get another leg down in the B wave before we start the C wave? Like A wave down, B wave up. That would work really well from a wave count point of view, because this move down was a 3-wave move, this one, that started on the 9th of June and ended here on the 22nd. So for those of you who are wave nerds like myself, this could have been an internal B wave of blue wave B. Just to show that to you. A, B, C. Yeah. And that kind of makes absolute sense, which is why I'm keeping the blue count on the chart. Doesn't mean it has to play out. We need a break below micro support levels and so on to confirm this one, that we are going to, let's say, get another leg down here, maybe close to the support zone, and maybe even testing it around 95 to 91K. But yeah, that's the blue count, which could lead to an extension of that entire correction before we then start the C wave rally. Just please be aware of that. These are the two scenarios to track. These are the two scenarios to look into here. And this is a support area, 81,355 to 95,887. The main support area I am tracking here for a B wave, for a potential B wave pullback. So it's something to be very much aware of, something to keep in mind, that if we get a deeper pullback, this will be the key support area that will keep the bullish market intact. because only below 81,355, I'm assuming that a bearish market has started. We also have the 1 year or 365-day moving average come up here in yellow. This could provide additional support as it did already back in April and in August. Not much happened over the last few days, I gotta say. So let us take a look at the smaller time frame. Smaller time frame still basically moving sideways. It starts to look a bit toppy, but I told you that already yesterday. So again, doesn't mean it has topped, but I highlighted several times that this area here around 109k could provide quite some strong resistance, because we have this swing high 16th of June, this swing high at around 110k. We've got the descending trend line, the upper boundary line of the larger trend channel. Yeah, so it's basically just moving sideways, which makes the microstructures tricky at the moment. In my members update, I intentionally tried to keep it very, very simple today. I don't want anybody to get confused here. I recognize that's quite easy if you are really trying to dive into the nanostructures at the moment. It is entirely possible, for example, that we get one more high in this rally from the 22nd of June low. And I mean, we have formed another high. The question is just, do we push a little higher? Maybe even into the blue zone. So what I'm saying is, if we break out to the upside, this would be the first zone to watch. And it wouldn't necessarily be a super direct breakout. It could just be an extension of that 5-wave move, which started on the 22nd of June. Wave 1, Wave 2, Wave 3, maybe even Wave 4 already bottomed. And this could be a Wave 5. But you see, this is all overlapping, tired, slow movements. So it's difficult to say, is this really a fifth wave? Is this part of the uptrend? Or are we actually already in the correction, which is highlighted here as this pullback in the white wave 2, which I shared with you, right? These are the two directly bullish scenarios, I would say. Yellow is the scenario in which we haven't even got a top yet. In the white count, we have a top, but we could still, but we're just still grinding sideways, and it's not clearly recognizable. You can definitely make a case for this move up to be from the 22nd of June low already a clear 5-wave move as shown here. We talked about that. Could be wave 1, and we're simply in some kind of a wave 2 correction, which might even extend into that lower support area that you already know about. We talked about it yesterday. So we have upper support. As long as we're holding that, the market might grind higher once more. In the lower support area, this is the support area in which white wave 2, which I just shared with you on the daily chart, so should be clear which one that is, in which white wave 2 needs to find support to keep the directly bullish count alive. For now, we're just moving sideways. If we get further downside momentum in today, then this would be the support area to watch, the first one from where we could get a bounce, either in yellow wave 5, yeah, or in white wave B. And it's the area between 103,930 and $106,230. That's the update on Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, don't forget to follow us on X for additional updates, additional videos, and much more. You can find that here. Ask questions and engage with the community. You can do that. We're building a community here as well. Check it out. I've linked it in the description, and you can also find the link in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.